The 1960s was a time of great changes. The publications of this period reflected these changes. Women's liberation, youth movements, counterculture movements, resistance movements, protests against Vietnam War, and literary theory emerged. Frantz Fanon's The Wretched of the Earth is a major text of postcolonialism. It came in 1961. Doris Lessing's The Golden Notebook came in 1962 and it inaugurated feminism. The second wave of feminism started with Betty Friedan's The Feminine Mystique, which came in the next year, 1963. When the second wave of feminism started, came Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar, also 1963. Kate Millett's Sexual Politics came in 1969. Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings came in the same year, 1969. This was the time of Black Power movements. Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye of 1970 culminated this era. Now, 1960s books on postcolonialism. Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart came as early as 1958. Frantz Fanon's The Wretched of the Earth came 3 years later, 61. Same year was V.S. Naipaul's A House for Mr. Biswas. Jean Rice's White Sargasso Sea is a post-colonial rewriting of Jane Eyre, which came in 1966. Many books of the 1960s criticized mainstream culture, capitalism, and war. Joseph Heller's Catch-22 is an anti-war novel of 1961. V.S. Naipaul's A House for Mr. Biswas critiqued colonialism in the same year, 1961. Ken Kesey's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest came the next year, 1962. It inaugurated counterculture movements. Rachel Carson's Silent Spring, which came in 1962, inaugurated ecological criticism and environmentalism. It is a critique of capitalism. In 1964, came the Jewish writer Saul Bellows Herzog, which critiqued mainstream American culture. In the 1960s, literary theory and cultural studies were born. Raymond Williams's Culture and Society came in 1958. In 1960, New Left Review is founded. Frantz Fanon's The Wretched of the Earth came the next year, 1961. And the Center for Contemporary Cultural Studies, CCCS, was established at the University of Birmingham in 1964. Jacques Derrida's Structure, Sign and Play in the Discourse of the Human Sciences inaugurated post-structuralism in 1967. In the same year, Roland Barthes published his essay, The Death of the Author. Theodore Roszak reflected on the counterculture movements of the age in his seminal book, The Making of a Counterculture, that came in 1969.